Yes, we'll start with the continue with the replication again. Go through the slides. If you wanted to make a note also, you can make a note of it. So replication is nothing but the duplication of DNA. Replication is nothing but duplication of DNA. Here you can see DNA, formation of DNA from DNA is called replication, and formation of RNA from DNA is called transcription, and formation of protein from RNA is called translation. This process is called central dogma of molecular biology. So DNA duplication is nothing but replication. It occurs during S phase of the cell cycle. This cell cycle we will discuss again. That time you will understand what is S phase. And DNA replication is semi-conservative mechanism. Synthesis occurs from 5 prime to 3 prime direction. Remember, there are two strands in the DNA and each strand contains two ends. One end is 5 prime end, the other end is 3 prime end. So always if you see the DNA replication or DNA synthesis starts from 5 prime to 3 prime direction. So DNA replication starts from 5 prime to 3 prime direction. And this double helical DNA structure always follows this Chargaff's rule. Chargaff's rule is the number of purines is equal to number of pyrimidines. Number of purines is equal to number of pyrimidines. So that is what Chargaff's rules. During the synthesis of DNA, this Chargaff's rule is obeyed. So this we have seen replication, and DNA replication follows as a set of fundamental rules. Here the prime requirement for the replication is formation of replication bubble, and at the replication bubble you can see the replication fork, and the DNA replication is bidirectional. So it occurs at the center and starts towards the periphery in the replication bubble. So for DNA replication we need some mechanisms, we need some requirements as well. So DNA replication is a mechanism, it needs some requirements. Like if we wanted to construct a house, we need cement, we need bricks. Same way we need the mason who works for the construction. So these are all pre-requirements if you wanted to construct a house. Same way DNA replication also requires some pre-requirements. Material, the material which is required for DNA replication is deoxyribonucleotides. Most important thing is deoxyribonucleotides requirement. So it is DATP, DGP, DCTP, DTTP. You know that there are four nucleotides that forms the DNA structure. You know that purines and pyrimidines, adenine, guanine, thymine and cytosine. These four nucleotides will be there in the DNA structure. And if it is RNA, you know that uracil is there. So most importantly, to DNA replication to take place, we need deoxyribonucleotides. These deoxyribonucleotides, there are four types, that is DATP, DGTP, DCTP, DTTP. Then we need a template DNA strand. We need a template DNA strand. It is also called as parent strand or template strand. Then we need a short RNA primer is also required. We need a short RNA primer. Then enzymes. We need enzymes to take place this process of DNA replication. So these enzymes include, most importantly, DNA polymerase, primase, helicase, DNA ligase, topoisomerases, and SSBP, single strand binding proteins. So we need deoxyribonucleotides, 4 deoxyribonucleotides, DATP, DGTP, DCTP, DTTP, and template DNA strand is required, is a parent strand. RNA primer and enzymes like DNA polymerase, primase, helicase, DNA ligase, topoisomerases, single strand binding proteins. So these things are required as a to start the DNA replication. I hope you understand the requirements for DNA replication. Proceeding to the next slide. So here I have described the role of enzymes in DNA replication. So DNA polymerase is required for deoxynucleotide polymerization. Helicases, processive unwinding of DNA. So helicases, they unwind the DNA. Topoisomerases relieve torsional strain that results from helicase induced unwinding. Then primase is another enzyme which initiates the synthesis of RNA primers. This is also RNA primer is required for DNA replication, that is done by primase. Then SSBP, single strand binding protein, they prevent premature re-annealing of double strand DNA. So when the DNA is going unwinding, there may be chances for the formation of supercoils. Those supercoils are removed by topoisomerases. And single strand binding proteins, what they do, they prevent premature re-annealing of double stranded DNA. During the unwinding process, at some places there is a chance for the re-annealing of double stranded DNA. So that the re-annealing of double stranded DNA is prevented by single strand binding proteins, so that the replication continues without any interruption. Then DNA ligase seals the single strand nick between the nascent chain and Okazaki fragments on lagging strand. So there are two strands in DNA bubble or DNA replication fork. One strand is called template strand, the other strand is called lagging strand. On the lagging strand, there is formation of Okazaki fragments. These Okazaki fragments are linked together and formed as a single bit, that is called DNA ligase. Now supercoils we have discussed. The role of topoisomerases, they remove the supercoils that are formed during the unwinding of double strand DNA. There are different types of topoisomerases, type 1, type 2, that we have already discussed. Actually, I am not discussing about this. Now we are entering into the actual replication process. We know the DNA structure, we know the requirements for the DNA replication. As I told earlier, the replication consists of three main phases: initiation, elongation, termination. Initiation, elongation, termination. Now